Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm going to talk to you about mathematics in relation to visual arts. Firstly, I would like to talk to you about the vital role that arts plays when implemented into the classroom setting. The incorporation of the arts in a school context has shown positive results as not only promoting student engagement and motivation in the classroom, but also student participation in the 5 subject areas: drama, dance, music, media arts, and visual arts. Bamford, 2006, goes further in stating that by connecting the arts with other learning areas, it has been connected to increase academic outcomes by improving literacy and numeracy. John Dewey, 1994, expresses that art is an experience that occurs continuously due to the interaction of the student and the environment surrounding them. He goes further in explaining that if we isolate the artistic experience that students have, we can hinder their growth into adulthood. Eisner, 2008, emphasizes that education can learn from the arts that open-ended tasks permit the exercise of imagination, and that the imagination is one of the most important human aptitudes. Through the exploration of open-ended tasks, students achieve a higher, more critical meaning to their learning area. We, as educators, need to foster the role that art plays in extending and increasing topic understanding, student participation and motivation in all areas of learning. For this assignment, my 2 areas of learning are mathematics and visual arts. In the video installation that we created, I am focusing on the visit to Federation Square. Whilst watching the video, you might have noticed that quite a large portion of it concentrated on the outside patterns of the Ian Potter Centre, as well as some of the views of the inside. I specifically outlined this in the inclusion of the video, as my learning area within mathematics is tessellations, and I thought that this best represented that. The design and the pattern of the Ian Potter Centre and its surrounding buildings relate to the tessellations in the shape formations that are presented on the outside walls. Tessellations are incorporated into mathematics towards the upper primary levels, as students need to have a comprehensive understanding of shape in order to understand the notion of tessellations. Tessellations are not only known as the process of shapes in the repetitive pattern, but also has been referred to as an art form. As you can see through our video installation, Federation Square itself can be seen as art, and clearly mathematics was used in its design. There is a clear link between its visual aesthetic and mathematics, not only through the fact that the design includes shapes, but also that the shapes have been tessellated and formed a repeating pattern. The building, both inside and outside, is visually stimulating to viewers. When we visited Federation Square and observed the architecture and design of the buildings, I found myself quizzically thinking about how they achieved a design with consistent patterning, and also how I might implement this into the classroom setting. Across the Australian curriculum, there are similarities and cross-curriculum inclusions that bind mathematics and visual arts together. A large aspect of both mathematics and arts curriculums have in common, outlined by Akara, is the idea of critically thinking and responding in effective, reasonable ways. Outlined in the aims of the mathematics curriculum, it is stated that it is important students can critically examine forms of different learning. Interpreting this into mathematical perspectives, this statement, in essence, is the underlying idea linking mathematics and visual arts. In the classroom, there are many different activities that this installation could be used for in the area of tessellations relating to maths and visual arts. This might be through conducting an investigation in which students can construct their own tessellation structures, either in 3D or 2D. Students might also begin by having a small area, such as a kinder square, in which they are to fill the space using tessellated patterns by only using a given amount of different shapes. Here is one that I prepared earlier. As you can see, it is a tessellated pattern, which I used 2 different shapes for. Another example of an activity that you could use for tessellations is allowing students to form their own investigations on tessellation in design, finding other buildings and architecture that use this form of patterning, critically evaluating why this is representational of tessellations. Furthermore, the footage that we captured at Federation Square could also be implemented into other learning areas. This might be through the learning area of humanities and social sciences, which is aimed at students becoming active and informed citizens of our community. That is the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.